A week after their marriage, Thomas and his wife moved into their new home, which is an apartment in a gated housing complex. They had moved there in August, which is a period known particularly for frequent rainfall, which most times is accompanied by strong blowing wind. Basically, it is a period of rainstorms. And when this happens, the electricity is usually cut off as a safety precaution to avoid any life-threatening disaster during these rainstorms. At about 7:14 p.m., Thomas had managed to make it home as the wind started blowing heavily and the power went off. When he got inside, he met his wife and he asked her where their car was, and she responded telling him that she had only gotten back from work about an hour ago and she did not see their car when she entered the compound. Now, Thomas expected to see his car when he came back from work, as it was the agreement he had with the mechanic that took it to the repair shop. The mechanic told Thomas that when he is through with the repairs, he will get it back to the house, but as it appears, he did not keep to the promise. By this time, the heavy wind outside had stopped, and it was just calm and steady rainfall, and the electricity was restored. And so Thomas picked up his phone and called him. When the mechanic picked up, he apologized, telling Thomas that he got caught up with work and didn't have time or chance to bring the vehicle over to the house, promising that he would get it to him very early the next morning. Thomas, whose day was filled with so much inconvenience because his car broke down and he didn't get to do much of what he needed to do today because of it, fearing for any disappointment, he told the mechanic that he will be coming over to the shop to come get the car himself. And so he put on his raincoat, told his wife where he was going, and then he left. 3 hours later, at about 10:30 p.m., Thomas' wife, who had been waiting all night for him to return, started to get worried. She had called him about an hour ago, but he did not pick up. Apparently, he shouldn't be out this long because the auto shop was only about 10-minute walk from where they live. At most, he was supposed to be back within 30 to 45 minutes. She called him again. The phone rang, but he did not pick the call. After trying again and again, and he didn't pick up, she then decided to call the mechanic. He picked up, and when she asked about her husband, he told her that he waited over an hour for Thomas to come get the car, but he did not show up. And as he is speaking right now, he has closed up for the day and had gone home. Now, Thomas' wife was extremely worried about where her husband could possibly be. Maybe he went to get a drink, or maybe he had gone to see someone, or something happened to him on his way there. Her mind tried to come up with any reason as to where he might be. As she thought about her husband, she began hearing distant chatters coming from her neighbors outside. She ignored it for the time being as she remained in her thoughts, but over time, the chatters grew louder and louder, and it began to sound pretty serious. And so she left her apartment, rushed downstairs, and paced carefully to the gate, which was the place where all the neighbors had gathered. As she got closer, she tried to see what the commotion was all about, and when she saw it, she fell on her knees and screamed in terror. It turned out that when Thomas left the house, unknown to him and others who lived in this gated apartment complex, A cable from the electric pole outside had disconnected during the initial heavy wind before the rainfall, and when the live wire fell, it landed on the metal gate. When Thomas tried to pull open the gate to make his way out, he had no idea he would be holding on to about 240 volts of direct electricity. He was discovered 3 hours later by a neighbor